In the foothills of the Tatra Mountains in southern Poland, close to the Slovak border, lies the town of Zakopane. Kropałki is a very popular pedestrianised street, full of shops, local stalls, restaurants, bars and cafes. Pickles and preserves of many kinds are sold from stalls, and also a smoked sheep's cheese called oshipek, made locally in this area of Poland. It has the texture of Edam, with a slightly salty, smoky flavour. We stopped by for a coffee and were tempted by this chocolate cholesterol. We can assure you it was absolutely delicious. The market at the bottom of Kropałki is huge and a good place to buy gifts or mementos. A little further on from the market is the Gubelauka funicular. It runs for around 1200 metres and climbs to 300 metres above Zakopane, taking less than 5 minutes to the top. It's a little misty today, but still a reasonable view of Zakopane down below. In the background, the Tatra Mountains and the border with the Slovak Republic. If you missed the markets down the bottom, don't worry, there are more up here. This tiny wooden chapel is well worth a visit too. A tough job, this cake testing, but someone has to do it. This delicious one reminds us of the kremšnita of Lake Bled in Slovenia, and it contains some very agreeable liqueur. Time to head back down to Zakopane. There's a special church we want to visit. The Chapel of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. Our Polish guide speaks better English than we do, and he explains the style and the history of this wooden chapel.
Alright, when locking logs, no nails are used, no nails are required, it's just the weight of the wood and some notches perhaps that hold everything in place, so it's like Lego bricks. Region only, and you will not see them anywhere else. You can see them on practically every house in Zakopane and explore on your own. But you will see very many wooden houses there, and you will see the same decorative.
Krakow, reputedly one of the most beautiful cities in Europe. The original castle here at Wawel Hill was built by King Casimir III in the 14th century. It had been the royal residence for Polish kings until the late 16th century, when Warsaw became the new capital. Here, adjoining the castle, are a cathedral, a museum, royal gardens, the Sigismund Tower and much, much more. If you're ever in Krakow, you must visit Wawel Hill and its castle. We've moved back along the Royal Way to the Old Town Main Square. There are magnificent buildings whichever way you turn. Every hour, on the hour, day and night, every day of the year, a golden trumpet sounds from a high window of St Mary's Basilica. This call was originally made to warn of approaching enemies heading for Wawel Castle. We're going to visit the Wieliczka salt mines near Krakow. There are many wooden steps leading down to the level, but the lighting is very good, with handrails for safety. We found it no problem at all. Salt was excavated from the 13th century continuously until around 2007. The mine reaches a depth of over 300 metres in places, and its horizontal passages and chambers add up to a staggering 200 kilometres. The highlight of the tour is St Kinga's Chapel. Everything here is made of salt, even the chandeliers, and it took over 30 years to complete. We need to get back up to the surface. And all those steps. Let's take the lift. We're going to see a traditional Oshipek cheese farm. This is a typical smoking shed at the roadside, in the Tatra Mountains area of southern Poland. There's no high-tech here. Wood, smoke and some salt gives this cheese its characteristic aroma and flavour. Oscypek is made from sheep's milk by hand using wooden moulds. We were offered samples before buying some.
It's not that much like that anymore. Coming into Hove on
the village of Choklau
the outskirts
in
of
the
Hove
Podhale
is,
region,
one of the houses.
not far from Zakopane.
Probably
The village consists of many picturesque wooden houses, most of them built in the 19th century, in the Podhale style. Number 28 is the home and the workplace of wood sculptor Jan Zajda. His works comprise many religious and devotional figures and are displayed in churches around the world. Back in Zakopane, we await the arrival of some special taxis. Some are 2 horsepower, some are only 1.
Who won't go? I haven't got.
Said if you ever commit a crime, you just got to look at those things in a good way. Tells you where you are.
We're off to a kielbasa grillova. That sounds intriguing. Wonder what that could be.
Yeah, we done straight over the Malfi coast. Yeah. I don't have many dates. The dates got to fit in the right place. Yeah.
Well, why not? You can't.
You might as well take it with you. You might as well spend it and enjoy it.
Ah, Darius has captured the kielbasa. No mean feat this, as they are very, very fast and notoriously difficult to catch.
It's your women think yes, I like all that. Right, so I've got the.
Fingers, they go off. That's how you know.
Keep your sausage up.
That's better. Ah,
And they do more petite than that.
Suitably filled with kielbasa, Polish pickles, bread and vodka, we enjoy the slow ride back to our hotel. We say farewell and make ready for our homeward journey with happy memories from Zakopane in Poland.